At a compound in Mountain View, California, internet billionaire Naveen Jain is hatching a plan that could make him the world's first trillionaire.
Naveen, good to see you, my friend.
Good.
So Naveen, the team is working hard, as it usually is. So we're going to land on the moon somewhere around here, close to where the Apollo spacecraft landed at the equator.
How did you pick that area?
Well, first of all, it's on the near side, so it's easily accessible from Earth. It's an area, the dark area are actually regions of lava plains, so they're not mountainous.
Not so long ago, it was the Soviet and America's superpowers that were locked in a race to land on the moon. Now it's Bob and Naveen who are leading the competition to mine precious metals from its surface.
Are we still on track to land on the moon by 2015?
We're still on track, Naveen.
Initially, we thought the mission was going to cost us about $100 million. Do you think we can bring the cost down to say $50 to $60 million now?
Yeah, even less. Yeah,
Even less?
I think the first mission will be under 50, and subsequent missions may be under 40.
When would we be able to tell your honey that I want to take you to the moon?
10 years.
10 years.
Not only will it be a honeymoon, but I'm taking my honey to the moon, and I think that'll be the killer.
If you can do that, that's real business. If we can go to the moon for $50 million and the cost comes down to 20, and we're able to bring back the thing's worth $500 billion, I don't care what anybody says, that's a great business. Somebody is going to create $1 trillion industry in space, and we sure hope it's us. When you tell somebody what you're doing and they don't think it's a crazy idea, then you're thinking too small. So when you walk up to a party and people say, what do you do? Well, I mine the moon. Well, that's crazy. Well, I'm thinking big, right?
Honestly, I think we're all thinking small. You're thinking small, I'm thinking small, we're all thinking small compared to what we're capable of. And I think we've been conditioned to think small. We've been conditioned by our upbringing, our family, our parents, our guidance counselors, our teachers, we've just been conditioned to think small because we're learning about life from people who also never thought big. And so because we are products of our environment, we have conditioned ourselves to think the same way as the people in our environment. And if you're not happy with your environment and your environment is not around big people who've done amazing things or thinking big, then you will stay stuck thinking small as well. What I love about Naveen Jain is that he thinks big. You know, the first time I found his content, there were 3 people who I get recommended all the time. You should do a top 10 on this person. You should do an espresso on this person. You should profile this person. And there were 3 people who, for the first time, upon first consumption of their content, really blew me away. One was Denzel Washington. If you have not seen Denzel Washington, you should go watch his top 10. His backup plan for his life was being a minister, and he is a fire presenter. A lot of times when we do actors, it's really hard to get anything good out of the interviews that they're doing. But Denzel Washington is a whole other animal, so he really blew me away. The second was Priyanka Chopra, who had a just amazing set of interviews and super intelligent, bright woman. And the third was Naveen Jain, where I had no idea who this person is. You should do Naveen Jain. Great, go look him up. I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's amazing. I want more Naveen Jain in my life. I think that's a great sign. You know, like when you find people like that, even if you've never met them, and up until this year, I had never met Naveen Jain. I had the good fortune to just recently have him on my channel to do an interview in a collaboration. But up until that point, I'd never met him before. And when you find the people who make you think bigger, who make you feel more confident, who make you feel more bold, be around them more. This is my solution, right? I am trying to hang out, even if it's just virtually, with the people who inspire me to want to play a bigger game. You know, out of those 3 people, I haven't met Denzel Washington yet. I haven't met Priyanka Chopra yet. And up until, this year, I hadn't met Naveen Jain yet. But I can still be inspired by them. I can still learn from them. I can still look at their content, and they can still push me to become better. And I think a lot of us stay stuck and stay small because it's so good to feel important, and we end up being the big fish in a small pond. If you're watching this video, you are probably the one that's pouring into everybody else. You're probably the most optimistic person in your circle. You're probably the one who cares the most about the people around you. You're probably doing the most for the people in your circle, and you're the one people come to and say, hey, how do I X? How do I grow? How do I get better? How do I, you're the one that's advising and helping and pushing other people. Maybe pushing them too much. Does that make sense? Maybe you're pushing some people too much, but you're the most optimistic, most ambitious person in your circle, probably. That's great in a sense in that you can pour and give back and help others along the way, but who's pushing you? If you don't have somebody pushing you to be better, to be stronger, to be greater, to be more ambitious, to think bigger, then you probably won't. It's really uncomfortable to think bigger. And if you don't have somebody inspiring you, pushing you, helping you, then you probably stay stuck. And that's what we need to change. And so it's a message for you, but it's a message for me equally so. And so step one in doing that, I think, is just changing the environment to be around the people who do inspire you. And chances are most of the people who do inspire you are not people who you have direct access to, and not people who are taking on an intern. Warren Buffett's not taking on an intern to go live with him for a year, as far as I know. So how do you do it? Well, the easy way is through content. I've learned so much and been inspired so much by just amazing people through the content on my own channel. I make these videos for me because I need them, because I need to believe more in myself. And then I share that with you. And thankfully, enough of you like it that I can make it a business and hire a team and continue to make even more content. Because if it was just me, then it'd be a lot fewer videos coming up and a lot less profiles and a lot less content. So being around the people. And when you find people who really speak to you, who really get you going, who like, yes, this is exactly what I need, then be around them more. Subscribe to their channels, buy their books, listen to their podcasts, be around them more. If they're speaking at an event, go to the event, because it'll push you to reach another level. And this is why it's so great to have so many people now. I'm passionate about helping bring new people onto to platforms like YouTube and getting their message out there, because some people will push you through things. Some people will hug you through things. Everybody has their own lens, and you'll connect with people in a different way. So you look at Eric Thomas, or you look at Jocko Willink, or you look at Andy Frisella, who are going to be very in your face, cut right to the truth, no BS, no excuses, no wiggle room, get get up and go chase down your life. It's a hard push. They may be yelling at you. They're very intense. It's a hard push forward. And then there'll be other people like Oprah, like Brene Brown, like Dave Meltzer, who have a different approach. It's a much softer approach. They'll hug you through it. Some people will push you and yell at you to get through it, and some people will hug you through it. A lot of times the message is exactly the same. Oprah's message is very similar to Eric Thomas's message. The difference is the delivery. Oprah will hug you through it, and Eric will push you through it. And it really just depends on what you need. There's no right or wrong. It's just, what do you need? And when you find the people who give you what you need, just be around it more. Be around it more, because no matter how much you watch one video, the impact will wear off, right? You're waking up tomorrow the same person you were almost yesterday, maybe a 0.5% better. But you could watch this video and get all inspired, be like, yes, all right, I'm going to chase things down. Amazing, let's go. And you have energy for a few hours or for the day, but then you wake up tomorrow and that energy is gone, right? Has that happened to you? That energy suddenly is not there anymore? You don't feel as bold, or courageous, or ambitious as you were yesterday? Why? What happened? It's not that there's nothing wrong with you. That's just normal. Because you got an injection into your environment that took you to another level, and then it fell off because there was no consistency in the environment. So you are what you consistently do. So whatever you want to accomplish, whoever you want to be, to consistently surround yourself with people like that, because you're not getting enough in your home environment. Your home, your environment now, your life has been perfectly designed to keep you where you are. It's allowed you to get to where you are right now. Amazing. And if that's where all you want to be, awesome. Congratulations. You've done it. You've hit the jackpot. But if you want more, then your current environment is not designed to help you go and get more. And again, I'm talking to myself just as much as I'm talking to you, like saying these words out loud. It's like, what changes do I need to make to my environment? Who do I need to be hanging out with more, either in person or just through the video content, to make me want to push more, be more courageous, say bolder things, and have bigger aspirations and goals and dreams, and take bolder action towards accomplishing them, right? Makes a big difference. And so if you want to accomplish something, if it's business success or mindset success, then, if it's just thinking bigger, then if you love Naveen Jain, be around Naveen Jain more. Watch all his interviews and listen to any podcasts that he does. And I did one on my main channel. We'll link that up at the end of this video. You can go watch if you want. If you want to improve your health and fitness, and you're tired of, being on an Oreo diet, okay, you can make a choice and a decision that I want to be this person. I want to be the person who works out. I want to be the person who takes care of my body, takes care of my health and energy. And that's awesome as a decision, but you need the environment to support you. And so now, if you're subscribing to health channels, if you're following people on Instagram who are working out and taking care of their bodies, it will make you want to live a healthier life. One of the ones that I love watching is Tom Bilyeu and his health theory show, where he's interviewing experts around health. And every time I listen, I was listening to one this morning, every time I watch, it makes me want to be a little bit healthier. And the more that you're around that kind of stuff, the more you will take on the mindset. Similarly, if you're injecting poison, like if you're around negative people or you're consuming negative content, and that's most of the news and most of media, to be honest, is mostly negative. If you're surrounded by negativity constantly and you're watching negative videos and reading negative news constantly, you will be a lot more negative. You'll be a lot more scared. You'll be a lot more scarcity mindset. You'll be a lot more afraid. You'll be a lot less positive and ambitious, because that's what you're feeding into your mind. So be very careful about now designing and engineering your environment. Your environment has happened to you. You've had some control over it, but it's mostly happened to you. And now you can, with intent, change it to be more positive. If you had to ask yourself, if I wanted to surround myself with the most positive, encouraging, inspiring people who will make me more courageous, bold, and ambitious, who would those people be? What would that environment look like? And then make a choice. Change it. Change who you subscribe to. Change what you're listening and watching. Unsubscribe from all the channels that make you feel worse about yourself. Change your physical environment. What clothes are you wearing? What do you put on the wall around you? What's your background on your cell phone and on your computer? You start to change it. And when you change your environment, it'll force the change in your habits, in your mindset, and in your thinking.
Also, to make sure you're actually taking action after watching this video, I've designed a special free worksheet just for this video. The worksheet will highlight all of the lessons learned in this video, as well as pull out our 3 favorite learnings and quotes that will inspire you to actually do something. The worksheet will also give you space to write down what your key takeaways are and your specific plan of action to make sure you're getting results. If you want the worksheet designed specifically for this video, absolutely for free, there's a link in the description below. Go click on it and start building the momentum in your life and your business. I'll see you there.
If you want to see my one-on-one with Naveen, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll love it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
Self-belief comes from self-love, right? The minute you fall in love with yourself is the day the world will fall in love with you.